Welcome! It is gallery time! Stuart Smith here. This is the Mass. Threw this up on Facebook for sale. It is 6x9. Just to give you guys a tutorial on just a start to finish. Heavyweight muslin. Sat there and took the gravity feed spray gun and I sat there and applied the colors first. And I put it directly onto the muslin rather than sizing the canvas. The paint does the sizing for me and it soaks into the fabric. So rather than having a topical, in the past I used to size the canvases with cornstarch or some of the other size materials and it worked great, but when it came to the shipping and folding, some of the paints would crack. And I never had a peeling issue, but the cracks and sometimes the folds wouldn't fall out, even when applied heat. So this process assures that the folds can fall out, the paint will not crack, won't peel, and it is part of the material rather than just being a topical. So with that, after the colors are on, I hit it with one of these, roller. Okay, just like I'm painting the wall in the house. Because you're placing wet paint onto a material, it starts building up little pills, depending on how thick you have your paint. So I'll come along and I'll roll as it's doing the drying process to try to bust down as many of the pills I can. The more pills on the canvas, the duller the paint. Because your eyes are going to be fighting against thousands of small little shadows here that's produced from the black light. That's the reason why I tell people don't use your spots or anything like that in a black light situation in 3D maze. You want to use just your cheap old 4-foot tubes because of all the shadows it produces. Black light does not bend like white light does, and so a lot of shadows get produced. So if you have an over blanketing light, that's best. But we roll this pretty good, then allow it to dry before the detail gets done. Now, remember, 3D, red comes forward, green sits in the middle, blue recedes, and any of your corresponding colors with that. So we have it nice and red here, and then we sat there and faded it up into the orange. Okay, this is actually arc yellow, mixed with a little red. They have it done so your canvas will bend with the 3D glasses, and then blues and multiple shades of green will sit in the background. Now, depending how you shadow it, you can force things forward or backwards because you're tricking the mind. That's what you're doing. You're tricking the mind to say, hey, this is in front, that's behind, there's a shadow, obviously, there's layers. So I came along and did all of the black, again, both line work and shadows. Then, a neat thing you want to do, especially with your reds to the greens, is you want to shadow these in pretty good. You're forcing this out. You're creating contrast and forcing the color out towards the audience. After that, highlights. Started off, first one was these blue cobwebs. Just, instead of having just a black void, you have a purpose, okay? So these small little black voids, I also came along and highlighted some of the eyes and the drips and goo and stuff, and that just gives you another level. I came along and placed these guys in here. This is green, that's blue, and it's blue actually mixed with a little yellow, gives it more of a white. White doesn't come in the day glow, so if you want to produce something that's almost close to white, you can take your horizon blue and mix a little yellow into it, and it will give you a beautiful, almost white, especially if you're painting that directly onto a black surface. Shadow here, trying to force this forward and those back. So overall, with that highlight, came on the yellow highlight. I didn't add any red highlights on this one. I just used the yellow and the blue, and then cobweb. It just gives it the illusion of movement, and gives it a nice, wet, slickery feeling that my customers really enjoy. So that is this gallery moment on the mass. If you have any questions or concerns, please contact me. If you want to learn more, we're going to go on to the next one. So I'm going to include this in the series. I also have 13 Superfan suits I need to paint for Mark Edwards at Farmageddon in the UK. And so I'm going to be turning some of those into a structural moment as well. So I appreciate you guys watching. We'll see you on the next video. Hey, y'all! Subscribe! Please! Help a fellow brother out!